Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fernando here from Ostar Motorsports. In last week's video, we showed you guys just what it takes to build a low 8-second Supra. Now, we went on the dyno, we did some testing, we looked at data, and we did learn quite a bit from that test session. Now, this week, I want to show you guys what we did afterwards. We've done a teardown of that motor that we used. We took that information that we learned from the dyno and we're going to make a few changes, and then we're going to put it all back together and we're going to continue the process. So what things did we learn on that dyno session and the testing? Obviously this is a new car, it's a new setup, we're using a new turbo that we haven't used before, and so a lot of these things are new for us. Granted, there are other teams that are doing other builds and have gone a lot faster, but for our knowledge, we wanted to do it on our own and kind of learn as we go. So basically, we took the car on some baseline runs, basically going off wastegate, and we made about 600 horsepower on base pressure, which was about 22, 24 PSI. And then from there we started adding boost. We went to like 30 pounds, 40 pounds, and we reached about close to 50 pounds of boost. Granted, that Zona is a pretty large turbo, so its efficiency is going to be higher in the range of boost. So it started to turn up or wake up as we went higher. At 45 pounds of boost or so, we made about 1150 wheel horsepower. Then we turned it up to 50 pounds, and we noticed that our data was showing some coolant pressure. So we have a coolant pressure sensor that I spoke to you guys about before, using the Rev 2, that we can check that data, and it was going up higher than what it should have, or what we think it should have been going, and that gave us an alert like, hey, something's not right. Let's hold off on this dyno session and go back to the drawing board, tear down the engine, see what everything looks like, and then make adjustments. So that's what we're doing today. So teardown. We have removed the engine from the car. We've torn it down. I've put here the most important components that I want to inspect, and I'm going to take you guys through what I'll be looking for. So immediately, the first thing I want to find out is why could have coolant pressure gone up? Is it a stud problem? Are studs that we're using not big enough? Is there a sealing problem with the gasket? We're just looking for things that clues that will tell us what's happening. So in this setup, we were using an OEM gasket, and we are using a stainless steel O-ring. And the stainless steel O-ring, you can see here, we put on the deck surface of the block. Now, what I'm looking for when I look at this gasket is, see this ring here? That's my sealing point with those O-rings on the block. And I'm looking for maybe any signs of compression going past these rings that are marked. And doesn't really look like anything was seeping through. I do see a little bit of hot spots here with the coolant in between the gasket, but nothing that really says, okay, my pistons weren't not my pistons, but my gasket wasn't sealing properly. Everything looks okay. Next thing I would look at is the head surface. Same thing, I'm looking for any sign of seepage of compression that could have possibly gone into the coolant passage. And again, it looks pretty good. I don't see anything that's, you know, right in my face saying, hey, this is a problem here. So from the head, I'll go on to the block and I'll look for the same thing, see if there's any signs of compression going out of the sealing portion here. And I don't see anything that's really like, wow, this is where the problem was. So the only thing I can think of is, okay, well, maybe the head was lifting, maybe it's not enough torque, the head maybe is not torqued down enough. So one of those two issues, or one of those issues, is what's causing that coolant pressure to rise on the data log. So obviously we can't have coolant pressure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a different type of sealing or gasket system. We're going to use a composite gasket, and we're gonna use some fire rings that will seal better. And we're also gonna be doing larger studs, head studs. So what's gonna happen is our machine shop is gonna have to drill through these stud holes in order to accommodate the bigger studs, and the same thing on the block. Now, with the bigger stud, we're gonna be able to have better clamp force, and it's gonna have better tensile strength to hold that head from lifting when we're under high boost. So that's the plan. It's worked on other blocks or other platforms that we've worked with before. So we're hoping that maybe that can transfer to this, and we can then continue in our dyno, make more power, and then go to the track, make some runs, actually get down to the low 8s, or who knows, maybe the 7s. So that's the plan. Aside from that, of course, I looked at every other component to make sure we were good to go. I checked the cylinders for scoring. That was fine. I checked the crank for any scoring, and that looks fine. Also, I checked the bearings. So the bearings here on the mains, you can see that these are coated. These are basically in perfect condition. So I'm not too worried about that. The rod bearings, however, although they're not scored, they did wear the coating off. So what I'm going to do is go back to my build sheet, and I'm going to see what the clearance was for the rods, and I'll probably give it just a little bit more clearance, and then I'll change the oil to a thicker oil, and then we'll test again and see how they look next time we tear down. But yeah, basically that's what I'm looking for. That's the tear down. We're gonna put all that stuff back together, and then we're gonna go back to the dyno, and I'm gonna show you guys dyno videos, see how well. Maybe we can turn it up 50, 60 pounds of boost, see what it makes, see what that Zona turbo is capable of doing. And then once that's all figured out and we have the Rev 2 completely squared away, we'll go to the track and start testing. You know, start 1/8 mile testing, and then hopefully a full 1/4 mile pass, and see where that takes us. Well, since we have the teardown, I know we talked about this on the last video, but I have all the components here in front of me, so I'll show you guys. We are running the Carrillo H-beam rods, and these are with their upgraded car bolts. You can see how heavy duty these things are. And then we are using a CP piston custom made. It has a few specs that we like to run on our pistons. You can also see the heavy duty pin. That is a 250 wall. And yep, that's pretty much our piston and rod combination here. Compression is stock, so it won't really change much look-wise from like a factory component. The bearings, we're using BMW OEM bearings for mains. and then we've had them coated by calico. The rod bearings are ACL, and I'll work to the head. You can't see these, but we have the Kelford cams, the springs and retainers. You can see here the Competition Plus valves from Ferrea. They look in perfect condition. Actually, we still have the spark plugs here. You can see it was running a little bit on the rich side. Obviously, we're doing testing, so we're not taking it very fine or down to the wire on the fueling. We're keeping it safe for the time being while we do testing. And but yeah, these are all the components. Of course, we're using the factory crank still. As far as the mains, we're using ARP hardware for the mains, and still on the stock caps, it's using the OEM caps. The block is sleeved using Darton sleeves, and then on top of the sleeve we did the stainless O-ring. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as parts go for the bottom end and the head. But I wanted to show you guys since we already have it taken apart. So guys, quick recap here. We've talked about our last dyno session when we were testing. We've talked about our teardown. Once we've teared down, I showed you guys what things I've been looking for in terms of fixing or issues that we might have encountered. Of course, it was the coolant pressure that we were most concerned with. So we're gonna go back to the drawing board, take this to the machine shop to have the head studs done. We're gonna go to a different strategy as far as the head gasket sealing. And once we do all that, put it back together, we're gonna go back to the dyno, continue what we were doing on the dyno. If everything goes well, then we'll go back to the track, or actually go to the track. We haven't gotten to the track yet, unfortunately, but we'll go to the track, start testing, and I'll show you guys all the results. So guys, thanks for tuning in. We love making these videos. I'm so happy we're back to making them. It's really fun for me. But if you like what you're seeing, subscribe, make sure to follow us, and watch out for the next video next week.